I wonder if you ever heard that money is the root of all evil, or you've heard and experienced money is bad. What I find is so fascinating is that every single person on this planet has been imprinted with messages that you don't even know have existed to create your reality. Your reality is so under your control if you choose it to be. Unfortunately, what most people are doing is they are just going along with the programming that they received literally from the moment of inception and even before then. Because if you think about it, when you were conceived, right? If you're a human being on the planet, you were in the womb at some point. Your imprints began. Ladies, this is really important for you to listen to. Your imprint began in the womb. You heard all of the messaging that was happening in your family or in your mother's family from the inception point. And she brought with her all of the messaging that was in her family and beyond. So you are already at inception, a culmination of ancestry that you had no choice about. Doesn't mean that you don't have choice now, but all that imprinting happened before you were even born. And then when you came onto this planet, screaming your lungs out, hopefully, you showed up as this magical being. And then the imprint continued and continued and continued. So you received messages from your family about money and about everything that you've ever learned and everything that you believe. And particularly around money, because I've been an abundance teacher for so many years, and I used to teach about money itself, but abundance is so much more than money. And when you begin to look at what were the messages that you received that you are now acting out every single day over and over and over, just as if you were a computer program. You have to begin to take responsibility for everything that shows up in your life. Every single thing. Not one thing that's happening to you or what you perceive as to you is not happening through you. Every single thing that's showing up in your experience is as a result of all the beliefs that showed up to imprint you. And if you really truly want to know what your beliefs are, look around. They're everywhere in front of you because your beliefs are creating your experience and are reflecting back exactly what you believe. And you don't have to take my word for it. There is so much science and research now on the fact that we are creating with our thoughts. Everything on in this entire universe is energy. And because it's all energy, you are an energetic force. You're electromagnetic energy walking around in the world with this meat stick that you are not aware of, for the most part, that you are creating every single thing around you. And when you begin to understand that you can change your outside appearances by changing what's here, your life goes to magic. Because when I talk about magic, I'm not talking about pulling a rabbit out of a hat. I'm not talking about, turning water into wine, although that was possible because, Jesus did it. But the fact of the matter is that if you really, truly believe, that's what Jesus, the way shower, the master way shower said, you are as you believe. Not what you think, which you can think all great positive thoughts. I highly recommend that first. But you are a manifestation of what you believe. So those underlying subconscious beliefs that you got when you were a kid, between age 1 and age 7, because that's when you were the most suggestible, when your brain waves are in the alpha state and you could just take in, take in, take in. What was happening is you were programming this. And then you began to get into the beta waves. And then all we could do is be primal at that point. We were going to go out. Our ego said, let's go out and find evidence that everything we programmed in here between age 1 and 7. Now, I know you're not having that dialogue with yourself, but that's what happened. Everything we programmed in there, now we have to find evidence that it's true, because then we're going to be safe. And then you've compounded it after years and years and years and years. And if you haven't started being self-reflective, this self-help industry, it's not truly to help you, it's to reveal you. So when you begin to see that you are open to receive anything that you believe, you have to challenge all of those beliefs. Every single one of them. You have to ask that question, is this belief true? Of course, everybody wants to say yes. The next question is, how do you prove that it's true? You can't. But then ask yourself, who would I be without this belief? And if you have a belief around money that says, I don't deserve it, money is evil, there's not enough in the world, I can never make that kind of money because I'm too, fill in the blank. If you have that belief, you just have to challenge that belief. It's not the truth of who you are, it's just a belief. It's a story that you tell yourself. So I've been coaching women for so long. My favorite thing to do are retreats so that women can come and support each other through these processes of letting that shit go. Because when you let these old beliefs that do not serve you go, send them to the ethers, you remove the veil that holds you in place to say I can't do or have everything that I want. Because the absolute 100% truth is you can be, do, or have anything that you want. And the only thing that stops you is your beliefs and the stories that you tell to reinforce those beliefs. So if you'd like to schedule a exploratory call with me to go over just a little bit of insight as to how those beliefs are keeping you stuck, there's a link in the first comments that you can schedule a Zoom call. And I would be thrilled to share with you just how I see you reflecting out into the world so that you can begin to shift, to know, to believe, to integrate that you are magic. Queen of Magic out.